New content creators sometimes overlook sound quality for their live streams or productions, and they're left searching to find a quality, entry-level microphone that won't break the budget. Will the Fifine AM8 be the answer to your needs? I will do my best to provide insight and information so that you can make an educated choice by the time you finish watching this video. Let's find out. Welcome to Creators Tech. I'm LL Mel, and today we're going to check out the Fifine Amplagame AM8 microphone, which is widely known as simply the AM8. Fifine is so confident in this microphone that they agreed to send me this unit for an honest and unbiased review. So a special thank you to Fifine. The Fifine AM8 is an entry-level microphone with some very enticing qualities for live streamers, and perhaps you might be surprised by what it has to offer. Inside of the box, we have a microphone with a windscreen, a stand, a user manual, a USB-C to USB-A cable, and the physical features of this mic are that it has a USB-C output, an XLR output, a 3.5 millimeter headphone output, a capacitive touch mute button, and on the bottom, we have an audio gain knob, an audio headphone volume knob, a plastic body, a metal grill. We have a yoke-style bracket, both a 3/8 inch and 5/8 inch threaded mount, RGB lighting in the rear, and only when connected via USB-C. This is a dynamic type of microphone. The polar pattern is cardioid. The output connection is USB-C on the mic end and a USB-A 2.0 on the computer end. This also includes XLR. The USB power consumption has a voltage of 5 plus minus 0.25 volts. Sample rate is 16-bit / 44.1K to 48K hertz. The frequency response is 50 hertz to 16 kilohertz. Note, the human ear can detect from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. The signal to noise ratio is greater than 80 decibels. The sensitivity is -50 plus minus 3 decibels. The shipping weight is 1 kilogram. As far as setup goes, it's pretty easy. You just plug in the USB Type-C to your PC into the USB-A slot. Now, for the sound test gauntlet, we're going to turn up the gain to 100% and you're going to listen to the noise floor of this microphone. This is the microphone at 100% gain. As you might be able to hear, I am speaking slightly lower in order not to clip the audio. We're back to about 75% gain on this microphone, which is my preferred limit. This is the proximity effect of this microphone. This is when your lips are almost touching the microphone itself. A lot of people like doing this because it provides greater background rejection as far as the noise goes. This also gives you a little bit of a fuller sound as far as like that radio sound goes. Now, most people that are going to be doing either live streams or talking head videos in front of the camera are probably going to have their lips a little bit farther apart, typically about 6 inches away from the microphone. Let's go ahead and do that. So now I'm speaking about 6 inches away from the microphone, and this will probably reduce the bass in my voice. However, it will sound a little bit more airy, a little bit more natural as far as what your voice would sound like if somebody were standing right in front of you listening to you speak. This is what the sound sounds like at about 6 inches from a distance from your mouth to the microphone. Now I'm about 1 foot away from the microphone. This is what the sound is like 1 foot away from the microphone. Now I'm about 3 feet away from the microphone. As you can hear, it's starting to reject my voice a little bit more. It's a little bit on the lower end now that I'm at this distance. Now I'm about 6 feet away from the microphone, and I can tell that this microphone is doing an excellent job at rejecting background noise because it can barely pick up my voice. Now I'm back about 6 inches away from the microphone. So far, I'm enjoying the background rejection of this microphone. Now we're going to check out the off-axis rejection that this microphone has. Now the capsule is right up here, or if you're looking at it sideways, right in the front of the microphone itself. Sorry about that if it bothered your ears, but that's where the capsule is, and we're going to be going off axis just to hear what the rejection is like on this microphone. Wow. Speak of the devil. We're trying to check for noise rejection. Outside my window, I can hear ambulances driving past my house. And so this is going to be an excellent test to see if it actually picks up ambulances that are driving past you outside on your street. In case you live by a noisy street, this is a good test to have. So right now, as I've been speaking, the ambulance just drove by. You tell me, were you able to hear it? We're going to be checking the rejection noise from a keyboard in case you're going to be streaming and you're a gamer and you want to see what it sounds like with the keyboards going off as you're going ahead and following through with the rest of your stream. This is what this sounds like. So now as I'm speaking, I'm also typing simultaneously. You might be hearing my MX Brown switch keys on my keyboard. And this is a good time to remind you, if you like the content that I bring to you and you find value in it and you think it might help you be informed to make better decisions and choices, then you might want to consider liking, subscribing, commenting to this channel. Okay, so off-axis rejection from the mic. The capsule's right in the front, so I'm going to be speaking around it. This is me speaking right in front of the microphone. Now I'm speaking to the left of the microphone. Now I'm speaking right above the microphone. Now I'm speaking to the right of the microphone. Now I'm speaking right behind the microphone. Most microphones will do a good job of picking up only a little bit of noise or sound from around it. However, we'll see what this one rates at once we go ahead and go back and review the tape. Now we're going to check the sibilance on the microphone. In case you don't know what sibilance is, it's all those S sounds that a microphone picks up on. Typically, in my experience, USB microphones don't really do a good job in sibilance. So let's see what this one has to offer. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seafloor. Now let's test the plosives. Before I do continue with these tests, I do need to let you know that this has quite a thick windscreen, as you can see right there. Peter Piper packed a pack of alpacas. Peter Piper packed a pack of alpacas that were beatboxing. And that is your plosive rejection tests. Now that we've put this microphone through its testing phase, We're going to fast forward and I'm going to give you my impressions after I've listened to the quality as I edit this video and give you my final thoughts regarding what I think of the Fifine AM8. Fifine AM8. Wow. Very, very impressive. This little microphone can sure pack a punch, and not just pack a punch, but it might even be able to knock out some of the contenders at higher price points. I would go as far as to say, even when you take away the value in terms of money, this is actually a really good value no matter what. It has a really nice sound. I would say it's a little bit more on the bassy side, on the dark side when it comes to sound. It's slightly warm in terms of its tone. It's not too colorful, not too sibilant. Usually USB mics, in my experience, the sibilance, the sounds, they're a little bit too muddy for my liking. However, this one manages to bring it down just enough to where it doesn't sound unpleasant to my ear. The other thing about this microphone that I really like is the plosive rejection. Oh my goodness, the thing that I did with the plosives and the beatboxing, I thought for sure it was going to blow out this microphone in terms of this test, and it definitely passed with flying colors. I was very, very pleasantly surprised by that. It definitely a thumbs up in terms of the plosive response. In terms of the audio sound, it's more of an audio sound that I enjoy. It's going to depend on your voice type as well as to whether or not this microphone provides the right color for you, provides the sound signature for you. So it's just going to depend on both the way you equalize it and the way that your sound comes out of you as well. I love the tap to mute. That's one of the best things about this microphone on the spec sheet as far as it goes for me, because I'm always thinking about what are my potential needs from a microphone if I'm doing, say, a live stream production. Let's assume I'm a gamer and I'm in the middle of a live stream and I need to mute my button, but I don't want it to annoy my audience. So I simply just do this. It's a simple tap and it doesn't really transfer too much sound through the microphone to the audience. It's a great thing. And as a matter of fact, let's do this little test so you can hear the sound of the muting as it's happening. I'm going to hum and I'm going to mute and unmute so you can hear how that works. Isn't that great? Almost no sound, if not any sound, transfers from the action of pushing the mute and pushing it again to unmute. It's a capacitive button, so it requires no real pressure. The other thing that I really like about this microphone is this yoke. It's kind of like a classic style microphone holder where it allows you to maneuver it and move in different directions and ways that you would like to. For my personal preference, and this is just being me nitpicky as a con, this microphone might be a little bit too on the large side. However, it's one of those things where if you're looking for 100% aesthetics, you're not going to make everybody happy. I'm perfectly happy with this microphone, even at its size, because I can forgive a lot of its cons because of the price tag. They made the price so affordable and the sound such a good sound, such a good quality sound that I'm willing to forgive some of these shortcomings, if you will, which really aren't shortcomings. They're just me being a little bit picky with my microphones. Other than that, the way the microphone looks physically it looks really pretty. Despite it having a plastic body, it looks very, very nice. The Fifine logo on the sides are very elegantly done. I really like that thin font that they went ahead with. It's not too loud, not too obtrusive when it comes to what you see on screen. Not only that, but it's on the sides. So typically when you're doing a production of some sort, you see the front end of the microphone and not so much the sides of the microphone. So that's really good. And speaking of the looks of this microphone, the RGB certainly helps. I think it's not going to be for everybody. I'm personally one of those people that doesn't prefer to use RGB in front of the screen as far as right on the mic goes. However, I don't know, it might grow on me with this microphone. I'm really, really loving the sound most of anything. But sticking with the RGB, it has different sound profiles. The button for RGB is in the front of the microphone. It's also a touch button. So you can see here, I can push it and it'll cycle through the different colors that it has. And it also has a pulsating color. I think I might have reached it. No, not yet. It has a pulsating color. It has another color where it goes around and around. I think I'm on it right now. And it just has really nice options. What a lot of you might have trouble with if you're trying to get those beautiful colors to pop through and come out on the other end of the screen is you might have problems with the brightness on this. If you don't have your cameras set just right, the camera is not going to be able to pick up on that on the other end so that your audience can see that. If you know your way around a camera, then you will be able to get these lights to pop, which is really nice. It's a really, really good microphone. I knew it was going to be good when I requested Fifine for this review unit. And even though a lot of people online have been touting this microphone as the budget king, I am still surprised that it's as good as advertised. Usually, a lot of people exaggerate what they see or what they hear just because of whatever the reason is. I have about 10 years of experience of online productions and about another 10 before that of just general productions. And this microphone is really, really good, especially for the price. It's an excellent microphone. Now, keep in mind, I've only been testing this microphone in USB mode. I'm looking to get an XLR interface soon so that I can go ahead and start testing these microphones with an XLR interface. Fifine, if you have an interface, let's do some business here. No, I'm just kidding. If you'd like to, Fifine, I would love to collaborate with you again in the future. This has been a very, very pleasant experience with this microphone. I'm enjoying everything there is about it. If you are having doubts about this microphone, I'm endorsing it with a thumbs up. It's definitely a good value, and I really think that I'm going to continue using this microphone. It compares very favorably with a lot of the other ones that are out there, especially in the entry level. Thank you very much for checking out this review. If you have any questions or comments regarding this microphone or any of the other content that we have online, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. I hope I've earned a like from you and a follow as well. Until next time, I'm LL Mel, and you are watching Creators Tech, technology for creators.